This is ITTV.
Our next guest helps you animate and illustrate your way through life. Ooh, I like that. Some might even think that their life is already animated and illustrated, but our next guest will do just that. She is the product manager with Smith Micro Software, Sarina Dupont. Hi, welcome into Tomorrow.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Got some pretty cool things. What are you showing at Siggraph that's getting so much attention?
Well, we're showing the new version of Manga Studio, our 2D cartoon and animation program. We're also showing Manga Studio, which is our manga and comic illustration application, and we're also showing Poser, which is our 3D character design and animation tool.
So a lot of things that a lot of our listeners certainly are going to be very familiar with, but let's start with the Anime Studio, Debut 7 and Pro 7. What are the differences as Anime Studios? First of all, for those who might not be familiar, what is anime?
Anime is the Japanese word for animation, and it refers to creating your own cartoons and animation, and Anime Studio does just that. You can create your own cartoons and animations with the program. It comes in two different versions, the debut version and the pro version. Main difference is that the debut version limits you to about 2 minutes in the length of the animation, where the pro version lets you create your own high-definition animations of unlimited length. The pro version also lets you import 3D objects, so you could import your own OBJ files. So if you work in 3D, you can also import Poser scenes if you own Poser. And you can also create your own Poser. You can also create your own 3D objects, and in addition, you can also animate objects using physics. It also has a built-in physics engine as well.
Oh my gosh! So
very powerful tool.
Yeah, a lot of thought behind that one, no doubt. What are the differences in price too, by comparison?
So the debut 7 version retails for $49.99, and the professional version retails for $199.99.
Okay, still very affordable when you really get into it, because the debut version, for you to make up to 2 minutes of animation, it's a great way to start, I'm sure, and find how to use some certain elements and just get into it. Then obviously graduate to the pro version if you find that it's what you like doing.
Exactly. We actually built in a beginner's mode inside the debut 7 interface, allowing new users to get started quickly.
Excellent. Now, you've been mentioning Poser, too. Let me get Poser up front here. And again, for those listening on the radio, have no fear. Come at your leisure into tomorrow.com and check out the website. You'll see the video, and just look for the interview with Sarina from My Smith Micro and Smith Micro Software. Poser, the professional 3D figure design and animation. So it's not just a 3D design, but you can really get creative with this.
Yes, there's a lot of animators as well as illustrators that are using Poser. Poser comes with multiple gigabytes of pre-designed content, 3D human characters that you can use as a reference in your art, as well as for animation, props, etc. So there's a lot of really great stuff that you can create with Poser. It's a very powerful animation tool. The professional version also integrates with other 3D applications, such as 3D Studio Max and Cinema 4D as well.
Wow, and with over 2.5 gig of ready-to-use content.
Yes.
So it gets you a nice head start, I guess, on now getting creative with your own stuff, customizing it, but you got great content to begin with.
Exactly. You've got gigabytes of human characters, male, female characters, children, animals, props, everything you need to get your scene set up. So it's a great production tool as well.
Wow, very cool. What do you find most people using programs like Poser for?
There's really a wide variety of users. There's hobbyists and then there's professional users. There's really a large user base from both ends. We also have another version of Poser 8, which is our 3D animation tool that does not integrate with the other professional applications. So we have, both users. We have the hobbyist users and we also have the professional user base. So a wide variety of customers. We have the pre-designed characters that you've talked about. People use it also for still imagery and illustration. There's different filters, different render effects you can apply. The professional version also has a render queue. So a very powerful, great tool. And you can look at the cover art if you see that was actually created with Poser. So you can see there's really a lot of effects that you can apply to your human characters to transform them. There's a face room, so you could actually put your photograph on a 3D character, map it on there as well.
Oh,
you can change the hair, there's clothing, there's a lot of different additional content that's available through our content website, Content Paradise, as well.
So, could you take my Into Tomorrow cartoon graphic or something here and animate it somehow with Poser?
You could probably take your photograph and map it onto Poser, make yourself into a 3D character, but you could put your photograph on one of the pre-designed, ready-to-animate Anime Studio characters very quickly and easily, and then actually do jib-jab style animation.
And here
as
I am
well.
thinking the poser cover, you got a picture of my ex-wife or something. But nope, it was something separately created by Poser. Now, one of the things I know that's near and dear to your heart, too, as product manager, is the Manga Studio.
Manga Studio.
Manga Studio, sorry.
No problem.
I was making it bigger than life. So, Manga Studio. Well, first of all, what's the name Manga Studio? Where'd that come from?
Well, manga is the Japanese-style comic. And in Japan, you'll see a lot of manga-style comics that are using the screen tones, which are the line and dot patterns. It's a certain style of drawing. And you will see that this program comes in 2 versions as well, similar to what we have for Anime Studio. We have an introductory version, a debut version, which retails for $49.99, and then we have the professional version, the EX version, which retails for $299.99. Some of the main differences are that the professional version lets you work with vector layers for resolution-independent artwork. It also lets you import 3D objects, so you could you could draw a character on top of a 3D motorcycle, for example, as well. And it also lets you print your artwork. You have drag-and-drop work balloons, panel cutting tools.
Wow. So really a little bit of everything.
It's really, it was designed for the manga and comic artist in mind.
Okay.
So you can do your own illustrations, but it has a lot of very powerful tools, rulers, a story editor, a wide variety of tools that you can choose from just for comic and manga production.
And I see it's the #1 comic software worldwide,
Yes.
I hear.
It's originally from Japan,
Yeah.
and in Japan it's called Comic Studio, and then the U.S. it's called Manga Studio, and it's the leading manga and comic production tool worldwide.
Gotcha. And real quick, how much?
$49.99
Right.
and $299.99.
$2.99. Okay, dynamite. Well, check them all out at mysmithmicro.com. We'll have the link for you 1 click away when you hit us up at intotomorrow.com and check our Siggraph remote broadcast page. You'll see Sarina's video of the interview and pictures of all the products, all the cool stuff, and of course links. Sarina, thanks for spending a few
Thank you
minutes
very
with
much.
us.
I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Back with more for Los Angeles, California, and Into Tomorrow continues from Siggraph.